Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another episode of Desert Island Movies, where we're going to pick that one film over all the others on a shelf that I would take with me if I was stranded on a desert island. Now today we're going to look at some more special editions. The shelf below what we done last time. So today, that was the shelf we done last time and I picked The Shawshank Redemption as my take. But today we're going to drop down to the shelf below and we're going to have a look what we have on that shelf and come to that decision, that conclusion as to what film above all others I would take. So let's get into it. Okay, so you know how this series goes now. You know the rules. TV series, nope, omitted. If it's a box set, I can only pick the one film. Same goes for you. And if it's a film that I have picked before, as long as I can remember that I've picked the film before over the other 37 or 36 episodes, I can't pick it again. So they're the rules. I work by them. You should too. No, you don't have to. Do what you want. Okay? So, let's start. Let's just get straight into it and take a look at what we've got. So first up, we have the release of The Exorcist. Now, I didn't peel off the J card. That's come off on its own. You see the market leaves there, the sort of, yeah. I know a lot of people, when they opened this up, it tore this for them, which is really bad, really, really bad. Now, I have to thank Lee Hills for this, right? Because I had this on pre-order, and like many other people, I didn't get it. I had it on pre-order with Amazon. I didn't get it. Lee got a spare one and he sold it to me for face value. So Lee, thank you very much for that. I truly do appreciate it. It is a lovely set. So yeah. So obviously as I'm doing this, see if you can sort of imagine what film I'd pick and drop it in the comments if you're watching this maybe before the video ends. See if you get that right or not. And alternatively, well, let me know what film you would pick, because that does interest me. So moving on, we have here the big release, the big, I think this is from Everything Blue, isn't it? Rambo, First Blood, the First Blood release, which is a really nice, lovely, beautiful release. Now I know they've done Leon like this, I didn't get that. Fifth Element, I didn't get that. This was the only one I got like that. It was a gift. Christmas a couple of years ago. Beautiful, fantastic film. Fantastic film. I do love First Blood. I'll say that. It's a brilliant movie. Then we have A Star Is Born, and this is a special edition version with, I don't know, with poster and stuff and whatnot in it. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I've not seen the other versions. I'll say that now. This is the VIP Pass edition. So it's big. It's big. Okay. I haven't seen the other versions of this film. It's the only version I've seen. I thought it was very good. Directed by Bradley Cooper, wasn't it? And my God, this film here. I picked this up because it was cheap. It was showed so cheap. This was Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It cost me about £5, and it's got the book in there and all this other stuff. But my God, this is a boring movie. It really is a boring film. Is this your pick? Let me know. I picked it up because it was a special edition. It looked nice. It was cheap. Crazy. Next up, we have the special edition release of Akira. So you might be a manga fan. Chris, I've seen my screen time. This might be your pick of movie. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you would take Akira above all others if you were stranded on that desert island with a physical media setup, but you only had one disc to go. What would it be? Then we have steelbook release of Short Circuit. Johnny Five is Alive. Steve Guttenberg. Yes. And then we have the special edition release of Short Circuit 2. Johnny Five is still alive. Steve Guttenberg less. Sequel. A lot of fun from back in the day. Yes. Next up, I have a still sealed lenticular digibook version of, I think it's a Target exclusive in America, of Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman. Yes. As I said, because this was on the last episode I've done, because Titan's a cult release of it. Decent film, poor third act, but there we go. Then we have another digibook, and that is of Suicide Squad, and I think I picked this up cheap in a CEX, if I recall rightly. Yeah, Suicide Squad. Is David Ayer still going on about his cut of this film? Get over it. Anyway. And we have a special edition version of Clueless. Yeah, Clueless. Alicia Silverstone. I think I was a bit clueless with my collecting that day. But, moving on. Mean Girls, the Burn Book edition. Special edition. Yeah. Is this your pick of a film? Let me know. Forget the fact that it's a special edition. We're just going with films here. But we're working through my special editions, aren't we? So, then we have When Worlds Collide and War of the Worlds in 4K. H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds classic. Could that be your pick? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, moving on. Oh, we have a still tin of the Michael J. Fox movie, The Frighteners. And this obviously came from it's like digi pack inside. Came from a French Phantoms Contra I think that's French release of the film, possibly. I believe it to be. Yes. So let me just pack some of these back on the shelf because they're sort of, lift it up. There we go. Okay. So then we have still sealed, and I only bought it because it had a lenticular on it, and it was a nice release at the time. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I'm not a fan of this trilogy of Star Wars films. The first one, this one here, is nothing more than a remake of A New Hope. Yeah, I don't get much rewatchability from these. Then we have, I can't believe I actually have several releases of this, because there's that, and on the shelf above, I'll put it with them actually, I should do. I got that, so I got 3 special edition lenticular versions of a Force Awakens. The Force Awakens. Crazy. But there we go. Then we have a Target exclusive version of The Rise of Skywalker. Again, a film that, it's a dreadful film. It ain't a good film at all. I think that The Rise of, The Last Jedi is the bravest of the 3. I think it's the best aesthetically. At least it dared to be different. At least it dared to change stuff up. And hats off it to that. It wasn't a great film. No, it had its silly story elements. The chase, the ships going at the same sort of speed, not catching up with one another. The silly side quest that they managed to do in it while this chase is going on. Just pure nonsense. And then it culminated in this, which I think the best thing about the films is Adam Driver. But then we have The Rise of Skywalker. I got this edition as well. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, it's a lovely edition. I don't know what I was thinking. Apart from it's a lovely edition. You see why I changed my collecting habits? Anyway, next up. Another start. No, not really. Not really. Seriously, if it was, I'd shoot myself here and now. On camera. I say in jest, okay? I know joking about suicide isn't good, but, you know, I've been there with my mental health, so I feel that I can joke about it. Anyway, next up is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy. This edition here, like a booklet edition, I got it quite cheap actually. This is how I got the 4K Spider-Man, like this. There was another one that was done for the Andrew Garfield movies, and I really like Andrew Garfield. I think he's fantastic in the 2 films, but I find the second film to be very unwatchable. I can't get to the end of it because there's so much set up for a sequel that didn't come, and so I think that most of the film and its plot threads are wasted. So yeah, but Spider-Man my choice. It's a good. The first 2 are great films. Then we have some more digibooks coming out, and we have from Germany Lara Croft Tomb Raider 1 and 2. I have these in 4K as well. They're not in 4K on here. No, they are. These are 4K as well. These are 4K and Blu-ray in this digibook. I had a bit of buyer's remorse after I ordered this, I'll be honest, because I had them over there as a 4K release, and I don't know why. I like the look of this when I ordered it, and then I got it, and I felt a bit of buyer's remorse, but there we go. I think that was towards the time where I was realising about my collecting habits were bad. So, but yeah, I have fun with the films, most definitely. Then we have here, okay, we have the movie Boiling Point. Done series as well, didn't they? Yeah, Boiling Point. It's a special edition release. I'm going to put that on the shelf above. For now. Then we have this is a great film. It was my favourite film of the year that it came out, 2022 I think, and that was All Quiet on the Western Front. Very, very good film. I watched it in the German with subs. That's how it had to be done. Love it. Then we're getting towards the end now. Whoops. We're nearing the end, people. Don't worry. Nearing the end. We have the movie, German steelbook again, Gore. Yeah, Gore. One of them silly fantasy films on the back of Conan during that sort of era of movie, with a decent cover. I don't have Gore 2. Then we have Barbarian Queen digibook release. Another of those kind of movies, you know, sword and sorcery type of nonsense with scantily clad women. What's not to like? Come on. Then we have a film that I have several times over and recently got a 4K steelbook of. Pamela Anderson in Barbed Wire. The comic book is something that I used to read. I'd still read it now if published. I was aware and read the comic book before the film came about in 1996. The comic book came from Dark Horse Comics, and Pamela Anderson was perfectly cast as the character. It's not a great film, but because of the history I have with the character prior, I don't mind it. It's one of those bad films that I can watch and enjoy, basically. So, Barbed Wire. Next up we have, what is it? 4K digibook version of The Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger classic from, I believe, 1987. Jesse Ventura is in this as well. So is Yaphet Kotto, yes. This is a 4K version. We got this before this came out in Germany as 4K prior to us getting it in 4K in this country. That's how I got my 4K. It's a very dated film. It does feel very dated and rather cheap when you watch it, but it's a fun Arnie film that I used to visit a lot back in those days. Then we have Archive, Theo James and Stacey Martin, sci-fi film. Can't really remember it. 3 more to go. Then we have Brian De Palma's Gary Sinise and Tim Robbins in Mission to Mars. And I actually really enjoy Mission to Mars. I think it's a great film. A great soundtrack as well by Mario Macaroni or whatever his name is. I can never pronounce the guy's name. You know, he done the Untouchables and things like that as well. Erione Macaroni or something. Next up, we have Shadow in the Cloud. It's a Chloe Grace Moretz film, and this was made during COVID, and it certainly feels like it was made during COVID, especially certain parts of it at the beginning. I like this. It's a 4K release. The film was fun enough. I didn't think it was bad. Bit ridiculous when she's hanging to the bottom of the plane and stuff like that. I like the cover art because it's, you know, like the old art that used to get on side of the B-52 bombers that they would have. And yeah, it was stupid but fun. Did it warrant a 4K? Probably not, but that's the way I went. And then the final release on this shelf is none other than this special edition release of American Psycho with Christian Bale. It's an okay film. I was late to the party with this one. I don't think it's as good as what other people make it out to be. It was okay. Christian Bale gives a good performance in it. It comes with a poster and all bits and bobs. I don't know actually. Oh no, it's a digibook in there. 4 discs for some reason. Stuff in there as well. I don't know. But yeah, it's a nice release. So that's the last of it. So they're your choices. They're my choices. They're your choices. They're my choices. Now, let me know in the comments down below what film it is that you would pick above all else on that shelf. Now, yeah, so I've got my work cut out for me here. I haven't actually. I haven't. Okay, so I don't even need to pause and step away for this, but let me know in the comments anyway what you picked, what you think I would pick. Now, I will step away for a minute. I'll step away from 1 minute. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. I've got one runner-up for you. One runner-up, right? And you might think that you'd say, oh, barbed wire. You're going to take I'm not taking barbed wire with me. I'm not taking barbed wire. The one film that I would pick here, you know, the Spider-Man's. I don't think I'd take Spider-Man's. The film I would think I would take would actually, as a runner-up, would actually be Mission to Mars. I know this film is much derived. People didn't like it. I didn't understand the hate for it because I think it's a really good film. I think it's emotional. I think it's got a great story, a great ending. I love the reveal that, you know, we actually came from the Martians, and the stuff when they're in like the stellar cartography room or whatever you want to call it, when it's all like 3D around them, and how you saw the aliens seed Earth and the progress of the mammals from little things in the ocean up to man and that sort of a thing. I think it's got fantastic soundtrack, great cast. Film works for me, really works for me. So yes, that'd be my runner-up. If I wasn't taking with me Rambo First Blood. Now, the reason I had to look away is because I wasn't sure if I'd picked Rambo before. and I'm still not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that on that shelf that Rambo sits on as a standard Blu-ray, I would have picked RoboCop. I think that's what I would have gone with, RoboCop. I'm sure of it. So, Rambo, First Blood, is my pick for this shelf. Fantastic film. Really enjoy it. So let me know in the comments down below what you pick. And in 2 weeks, I'll see you on another one. So take care all, and goodbye.